welcome back to my channel. My name is Asia if you've never been here before, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my full eyebrow routine. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like this video, comment down below if you have any questions or if you have anything to add to this video, and of course subscribe. So right now I'm going to start out with my razor and my spoolie. My spoolie, I clean through my brows, and with my razor, I'm going to clean up my brows. So I'm just getting around those extra brow hairs. Now, I do go get my brows threaded, just my personal choice. You know, of course, you have your choice as well, but I personally like threading. And then I go back every time, you know, I get ready to do my brows or if they need some maintenance, and I use this razor to clean them up. You'll also be seeing me use some tweezers to clean them up. Both the razor and tweezers help me get that stubborn hair that's right up under my eyebrow and right above my eyebrow. A lot of the times when I'm putting on concealer, that does make a difference to cover up those different hairs. So I will be using both of these to clean up my brows, and then after that I'll start tracing. To clean up, I'll be using my tea in Dixon, some witch hazel, and just a dry sponge. Going back in with my Eco Lash Glue, I will be shaping the ends of my lashes to prepare to trace my brows. I do let the glue get tacky first, not all the way dry, so I can shape them. So, you know, to be bougie, I'm getting this fan to assist me make the process go by a little bit quicker, but you can just wait a few seconds. And I'm going back in with that first spoolie that I used to go ahead and shape. So like I said, you gotta wait till it gets tacky. White indicates that it's still in the process of becoming tacky, and when it turns translucent, then it's dry. So just take it while it's still tacky and make sure that it's all the way through your brows, so that way you don't have any type of material sticking to your tracing. I'm also using that Air Spun translucent powder. It's a loose powder that I'm going to put over my brows with just a small brush. And you can use any type of brush. Like I said, I'm just using a flat brush so I can go in and I can cover up those brows with that translucent powder. It makes sure that that glue is dry and I don't get anything additional into that glue, because it makes it harder to trace when you have that glue tacked on. But by putting on an air spun, it kind of brings it down to where you can trace and not have any type of disruptions. Now, to actually trace my brows, I'll be using the Morphe Java and the Morphe Mocha eyebrow pencil. Now, I've used Anastasia, I've used the hair store brow pencils, but this right here is the business. And honestly, it's only $6, so I do highly suggest this, especially if you're a makeup artist. So I take that pencil, and I love the consistency of it because it glides right on top of my brows. I'll go ahead with a line with my darkest shade, which is Mocha, and then with that Java, which is the lighter shade, I will be going into the front of the brow. But to trace the top and the bottom, I'm using that Mocha. now that I'm liking that shape, I'm gonna go ahead and start using mocha to fill in the back end of the brow. So the back end of the brow, this is the most important part to where you want to have that shape very prominent. The first part, the very front part of your brow, you kind of want it to be ombre, so that way it'll look more natural. So I'm going in with that Java and I'm going in the upward motion instead of following the actual brow. I'm going and following those brow hairs that are in the front with that Java, so that way the mocha and the Java can blend together and make that ombre. Now that I'm liking that ombre, I'm going to go ahead and use the spoolie that came on the Morphe stick, and I'm going to go ahead and precisely get in the front to make that ombre effect. Now I will be using that bigger spoolie that I used at first just to go over it and make sure that everything is blended out very well. But this spoolie is very precise, you know, for your actual brows using the product. And you want to make sure that your brows don't look super stiff, but you want to make sure that they have shape. So by spooling them out, you're making them look very realistic. Alright, time to conceal. We're using the LA Pro Girl in Cool Tan. My camera really wasn't focusing, but I'm also using the Milani Perfect Conceal in the shade 150 Natural Sand. I'll be using the flattest brush that I could possibly create, and I will show you guys a tutorial of how I make these brushes so flat if you guys would like. But I got this idea from Brianna Marie or B Marie. That's my favorite makeup artist, y'all, so don't forget to check out her channel as well. But she really taught me how to make my brush very flat in her one-on-one class that I took last year, and I honestly have never looked back since. So I'm using that brush and I'm using a mixture of both of those concealers to actually conceal the bottom part of my eyebrows. I will only be concealing the bottom part of my eyebrows. You guys can stop literally right here and then pat it out. But I'm also going to be doing a makeup look. You guys can stay tuned for that next video to see, you know, an everyday makeup soft glam or everyday makeup no makeup look, if you guys would like to call it that. But you guys could have stopped right there up under your eyebrow, but I will be taking it onto my lid. Now it really doesn't matter because, like I said, it's going to be blended out, but this is more so for if you're getting ready to do some eyeshadow or something like that. So just outline up under your brow. I'm doing it on both sides, and I'm making sure that it's blended out with a flat brush afterwards. So make sure once you put your concealer on there that you blend, honey, because you don't want any dark lines of demarcation, or you don't want it to be known that you have on a whole lot of concealer under your eyebrow. Sometimes it looks a little bit too light or a little bit too funny, and you want to make sure that that's blended out along with everything else. So to go ahead and start with the top of my eyebrows, You can use whatever foundation you like. I'm using the Fit Me foundation matte and poreless in the shade 340. It is cappuccino, and that is my personal shade. Sometimes I do mix shades, but this is the only shade that I'm putting above my eyebrows right now. I did have a little mistake right here actually, but I did go back in and correct it with that Morphe pen. So if you do have any mistakes with concealing or putting, you see what I'm saying? Literally dipped it in there. But if you have any mistakes, just go back in and correct it. It's definitely normal for you to have mistakes, and it's something that you can always learn from. The more you do your brows and the more you practice on making sure your brows look very realistic, close to your natural hair color, or whatever color that you have, and whatever color that you want to use, then you could definitely work on making your brows very, very perfect, just by learning how to shape. So right now, I am shaping the top of my brows, but like I said, if you want a more natural brow without the concealer, you can either use foundation or you can use nothing at all. It's just your personal preference, but this makes it look very realistic with the foundation on the top and the concealer at the bottom. And it's definitely okay if you want to blend your life away. So we're coming off to being finished with our brows. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here's a close-up slow motion of how the brows turned out. If you really like the way I do my brows and you decide to copy, go ahead and comment down below how this worked out for you. But until the next time, I love you guys and I will see you guys in the next one.